All department reports? Correspondence?
No.
Thank you. At this time, we're going to open it up to public input. I'd like to invite up Greg Julian.
Hi, Greg Julian, 15 Ridgetop Drive, Tompkins Cove. Clearly today was a day of vision and action, but I would like to remind the board and the people here that it took a lot of action on the part of the people to even be able to have a preliminary discussion of what should be done at Letchworth and the golf course. And that effort was an effort of gaining signatures twice, to create a referendum, give the people of Stony Point an opportunity to weigh in on what they thought their recreational, the people's recreational area should be. We also have to understand that there is, in my opinion, there has been a breakdown in communication of trying to solicit the voice and ideas of the people of Stony Point. And the people of Stony Point are smart. They're workers, they're common sense people. They experience what it is. They have tremendous backgrounds that we don't utilize. I'm going to propose, not to the town board, because, you know, we have our 3-minute limit, but I'm going to propose to the developers that they meet with the people of Stony Point so that we can enter into a dialogue and we can tell the people what we are thinking and what we might want and what the values of everything that was expressed today and what might be the deficiencies. I think you need to understand that there are people who really do want to develop Stony Point. They want a sustainable development. We're the longest coastline of any town on the Hudson River, and we don't even have a plan.
Thank you, Greg. Next up, Mr. George Potanovic.
Members of the board, members of the public, my name is George Potanovic. I live at 597 Old Gate Hill Road, and I'm president of SPACE, the Stony Point Action Committee for the Environment. First, I'd like to thank all the people who came to the meeting tonight to hear the presentation. However, I'd like to say you didn't come here tonight to see this presentation because you received word or information or notification from this town board. You probably heard it through SPACE and other people that we passed that information on to, because there was absolutely no publicity at all for this meeting. This is an important meeting that we had tonight. There was an important opportunity for us to listen to the proposal, which I think was great that we had that opportunity. But the town board did almost zero to make this opportunity available to everybody. No flyer, no publicity in the media, nothing. I was the one who sent things out about this, and I said people need to know about coming to this meeting. We shouldn't have to do that. This meeting should be videotaped. It should be sent out live stream so people at home can also watch it, like the towns of Orangetown, Clarkstown, Ramapo do. Haverstraw doesn't. So you've joined Haverstraw now in not having any live streaming of your town board meetings. And I'll tell you something else. I was up in Fishkill because my mother lives up in Beacon, and they get the TV, the local Optimum TV up there. And on channel 22, not on channel 56 or 97, but on channel 22, they have public access. And the town of Fishkill broadcasts the town board meetings, the planning board meetings, the zoning board meetings, so people can watch it. And guess who the attorney is up there in Fishkill, if you don't already know? Brian Nugent, our town attorney. So he certainly knows how it can be done the right way. Why isn't Stony Point doing that? Why don't we look at the cost of investing in some cameras on the ceilings like they have? They have 4 or 5 cameras that run and videotape when people are talking and you can hear them, and they don't cut off the public input either. So yes, we need a dialogue. People came here tonight because they're interested. The town should open up an opportunity, not to decide if we sell it to this developer, but to decide if this is really what we want on this property. When we did that overlay zone, we did it basically for Roger Moore and what Roger Moore wanted there. And I understand that. He was going to invest money. He wanted to have something that I think he could feel was marketable with housing, senior housing, assisted living housing, multifamily housing. But is that the best opportunity that we have here? The pictures are very nice. The drawings and the presentation was very nice tonight. But I think we have to all agree whether or not we think this property, which is town-owned property, we don't have to sell it, whether or not we want to sell it for housing, or whether there's other opportunities that we haven't really looked into in a post-COVID world, when people are working a lot from home. Maybe there's opportunities, business opportunities for people who might, I don't know, there's a lot of different ideas that we could be thinking about. And I just want to be sure that if we proceed with a plan for housing, that we're all in agreement that this is the best opportunity for using this property. And that we've really thought that through. So I would encourage the board, as Greg Julian had mentioned, I would encourage this board to continue the dialogue before we start making any decisions about what we're going to do in terms of selling it. And I think the town people, since we own this property, have a right to know the details of any contract that is being written up, the details of what the benefits are for the town, so that we have an opportunity to know what the real picture is before the town even considers selling this property. Let's not go through the same mistake we made last time and try to sell it before we release the contract to the public. That's an important part of this.
3 minutes ago.
Thank you for your time, I appreciate it.
Just want to correct a said the overlay district was done for Rajamar. It was done in 2013, 2014, started with the previous supervisor was the Patriot Hills Overlay District. No, 2014, had public hearings, public comments on it. Also, he likes to say that I don't even want to give him credit, but I've been speaking every Thursday on the radio. We put it out there. In fact, I see Pete is here. There's a member of the Stony Point Democrat Committee reached out to me last week. I told him I've been trying to get this presentation for the last 2 weeks. First time I was out sick. He wanted to wait till I was here. The second time, he could not make the presentation. Glenn, I spoke with Pete Riley, and I said, Pete, can you communicate to George so he's aware? Yes, I'll take care of him. So to talk about transparency, when he's been aware of the project, I've spoken to it every Thursday, says it hasn't been on the media, I spoke to it on WRCR, he's well aware of it. I have had last 6 months, I've had about 3 separate, at least 3, contact my office, come to my office, they're interested in the Patriot Hills. I said, put a proposal together, I'll invite you to a town board, do a presentation so the public can see what's happening. That was what you saw here tonight. Good government, putting out a transparent presentation. Will it go anywhere? I don't know. Will I have somebody to come do another presentation? We're keeping all options open, but thank you. I'd like to make a motion to award bid for the clubhouse roof.
Is public input over? I was late for the meeting. I request permission to speak.
So here's the rules for public input. A resident who wants to speak has to sign up for public input. I can't make a special exception for you or anybody else while we're conducting town business.
You have no written rules on that, and the public...
Well, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I'll try. So I have a motion. Do I have a second?